Man, I hate this video already. Absolutely hate it. This is the worst thing that we can go out there and talk about. Because today we're going over the Montreal Canadiens, and we're also going over the New Jersey Devils. And in particular, that Devils story has to be one of the stupidest things I have heard all year. Anyways, we'll save that for later because it's a pretty big deal. Let's talk about the Montreal Canadiens first and foremost because we have a bunch of medical updates and roster moves that Kent Hughes and Marty St. Louis went out there and presented. Starting out with this, a medical update on Alex Newhook and Kaiden Guhle from this morning. Forward Alex Newhook, who had a fractured ankle, underwent surgery on Friday at the Montreal General Hospital. The surgery was performed by Dr. Greg Berry, and Newhook is expected to be out for 4 months. Additionally, defenseman Kaiden Guhle, with a partially torn adductor muscle, underwent surgery Thursday in New York City. The surgery was performed by Dr. Mark Zoland, and Guhle is expected to miss 8 to 10 weeks. So, an extra 8 to 10 weeks for Guhle after already being out for an extended amount of time. Newhook is out for 4 months. This is disaster for Montreal. Total disaster. And if we just take a look at some of the comments over here, that Guhle update adds to the hurt. That's brutal. I expected Newhook, but another 8 to 10 for Guhle is totally out of nowhere. He was skating recently. Here's the adversity we knew was coming. Hopefully the Montreal Canadiens can get through it. Now, to be fair, there were rumors in the past 2 days that Guhle stopped skating. Looks like he tried to come back without surgery, but it did not work. Now, this is what Martin St. Louis said about the Alex Newhook situation. I didn't see Alex this morning. For sure he's going to miss some time. It's not easy for a player who was having a good start to the season. And yeah, that's absolutely true. Newhook was good. I mean, he was going out there and producing a bunch the past few games, 8 points in his last 10 games, 3 points in his last 5. Alex Newhook has really started to come into his own this season, on pace for 58 points over a full 82. That would have been a career high. But of course, now we know he's going to miss out on half the year. 12 points, 17 games played. Newhook was really finding his game as of late. Just look at the points scattered around here. Overtime goals, multi-goal games, multi-point games. He was doing it all. He was really finding chemistry this season in that spot. But now he is going to be out for an extended amount of time, and the Montreal Canadiens, in response, they've recalled forward Jared Davidson from the Laval Rocket. Now, Davidson is a really interesting name, and I'd probably say that out of everybody in the Rocket organization, this guy deserved an opportunity the most to get his shot with the Montreal Canadiens. Davidson is 23, 6 feet, 183, left-handed center, drafted by the Canadiens in the 5th round in 2022, 130th overall. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure we might have made a draft recap video about Davidson. Not too sure, but there probably is something that exists out there. 2022 draftee out of the Seattle Thunderbirds who had a bunch of points, and a guy who this season was scoring the lights out with the Rocket. 11 points in 13 games played, 9 goals and 2 assists on the year, a very productive season for a guy who can be a very strong goal scorer. He was always touted as such throughout his time in Laval. Just look at this. Every single season, more goals than assists. Davidson is a trigger man. He is not afraid to unleash the puck towards the goal. And in the WHL, he was a very productive player because of that too. So Davidson will be getting his shot with Montreal. The Habs have no choice here. And realistically, I'm thinking about it like, yeah, if this guy can prove to be some sort of a capable middle six scoring threat, that might actually be a pretty big gift for Montreal at this point. Although Davidson is 23 years old, he's still young. Nothing is guaranteed for a guy to go out there and step into the NHL and provide that sort of an impact right away. But we'll see what happens. Now, speaking about NHL centers whose first names start with a J-A, let's switch gears over to Jack Hughes of the new... That's not Jack Hughes. Oh boy, I brought up the wrong Jack Hughes. That's Kent Hughes' son. I'm sorry. Let's go out there and see. Is this Jack Hughes? Nope, that's still the same Jack Hughes. Let's go to Jack Hughes and look at this one. Here we go. Yeah, that's the Jack Hughes that we're looking for. New Jersey Devils center Jack Hughes, and somebody that's been a total stud for me in fantasy hockey this week. 24 years old, 5'11", 176, and Jack Hughes has 11 points in his last 10 games. This season he's got 20 in 17, on pace for 96 points over 82. Unfortunately, it is a dip from the season he had 3 years ago where he had 99 points in 78 games, but really, Jack Hughes, I mean, you look at it, he's on pace for a near 50-50-100 season. It would have been outstanding for him to be able to hit that. The Devils have been good, but Jack Hughes hasn't produced in every single game. I'm just being super harsh on the guy because I have him in fantasy. I want him to do well, but the reason we're talking about Jack Hughes today is because of a freak injury. Let's go out there and read this article published on sportsnet.ca by Elliot Friedman. Devils Jack Hughes sidelined after cutting his hand at a team dinner. It's an incredibly unfortunate story, but word came Friday that Jack Hughes suffered a hand injury while at a team dinner on Thursday night. Exact details are unknown at this time, but it's believed he slipped and cut his hand, in what multiple sources are calling a fluke accident. He is not expected to play Saturday against Washington, but the exact timeline is not yet known. Hughes was off to a fantastic start with 20 points in 17 games for the 12-4-1 Devils, who lead the Metro Division. He had 2 assists during Wednesday's 4-3 overtime victory in Chicago, one of the best games played in the NHL this season. More details as they become available, but it's something Hughes, the Devils, and Team USA are hoping is not a serious scenario. Yeah, I don't hope it's serious either. This guy's one of my top picks. Like, I literally took him in my second round after Leon Draisaitl. Jack Hughes is this guy, man. He's so good. He is that dude. And for him to cut himself, maybe doing the Victor Rask in and out, in and out, in and out kind of knife trick, or potentially cutting a steak, who really knows? Everybody's memeing about this situation. Of course, it's not funny in some respect, but then again, it's like, hey, Jack Hughes got hurt, but not because of anything hockey related. He got hurt cutting his hand at a team dinner. Talk about a guy being made of glass. Oh, bubble wrap him up and make sure that he never touches the outside soil. Jack Hughes might just happen to be that guy. You know, there have already been issues with this guy, and let's just say games played, availability. Look at all the games that he ended up missing over the past few years. 62 games in 23-24, 62 games in 24-25. He'll miss at least tomorrow's game for New Jersey, which is kind of okay because tomorrow there are a bunch of NHL teams playing. I would have had to bench somebody anyway. I guess I'm going to bench Jack Hughes because, yeah, he hurt his hand, cut his hand, something like that. But of course, this is kind of scary at the same time, right? Knives, especially steak knives, can be dangerous, so please be careful when showing your friends cool knife tricks or when cutting your meats, because you don't want to be sidelined and taken out of commission for an extended amount of time because you can't move your hand or you can't put any pressure on it, or else it starts gushing like a fountain at a water show or whatever. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these very strange and very disappointing updates, from the Alex Newhook and Kaiden Guhle updates to Jared Davidson being called up for Montreal, also to Jack Hughes and him cutting his hand, apparently, at a team dinner, causing him to miss some time. Who knows what'll happen, but for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. 99, and bye.